But seriously, buying a cheap dashcam like this one here, that only costs $25, is no longer even worth the investment. Achieving high quality 4K video footage, like what you see playing in the background here, is definitely not going to be possible with any cheap dashcam like this. Well, technically speaking it's not anyway. But it is from a homemade dashcam like this, which, believe it or not, you can make for free. Yes, thanks to the fast growing speed of technology once again, having a high quality and high performance dashcam is now possible and affordable for everyone. And that's because to make your own dashcam, your smartphone is all you're going to need to do it. Okay, so this here is a dashcam, and it's also a very cheap and affordable dashcam as well, as you have just seen from the intro. If you're looking for a dashcam on a very tight budget, and you don't care about poor video quality or cheap build quality either, then maybe this is all that you're looking for and would want. It even has dual cameras as well, so that is a bonus, right? No, it doesn't support any of the fancy and more advanced features such as AI and ADAS, but it was not designed to have those features either, so that is expected. It was basically designed just to be an affordable dashcam and nothing more than that. So if you only had a budget of say $30 to spend, would I recommend you buy a cheap dashcam like this? No, and that's because the investment of buying cheap dashcams is actually no longer cost effective. But why? Well, because you can now actually build your very own dashcam, and believe it or not, you can build one that will be better than any cheap professionally made dashcam that you can buy as well, and it will even support AI. Yes, it's true. And the craziest part of all is it won't cost you a single cent to do it either, because all you need is a smartphone, which is something that most people have these days anyway, and an app, and that part is 100% free. Now, maybe you already have a really cheap dashcam and you were just about to try and update it. Well, before you do that, or depending on how good that dashcam really is and how much you truly love it, you may be better off to just throw it in the bin. Because as sad as it may sound, thanks to technology, cheap dashcams are now basically dead, and you are going to see why. Just before I continue though, I just want to make it clear that when I say a cheap dashcam, I'm referring to really cheap dashcams. A dashcam that costs, for example, $80 is no longer a really cheap dashcam. In fact, you can buy a really good dashcam for that price. However, in some ways, it still won't be able to outperform the homemade dashcam that you're going to be seeing in this video today. Now, when it comes to building your own dashcam, there are actually a few options available to choose from in regards to the app that you use itself. And no, they're not all free apps, they don't all support AI, and to be honest, they don't all work very well either. Unlike this one here, which is free and without ads as well, it does support AI, it's reliable, easy to use, and does work very well. This app I'm talking about right here is called NavMe AI Dashcam. It works with both Android and iOS, and you can download it for free directly from the Google Play and App Stores. It's only about 70 megabytes in size, and you don't need the latest and greatest smartphone to use it either. So to build your own dashcam, all you need to do is download and install the NavMe AI Dashcam app to your phone, attach your phone to your dashboard or front windscreen of your car like this, and set it up so it has a perfect view of the horizon. And the end result is this, a really good dashcam, and one with really good high quality performance as well. NavMe AI Dashcam is a really well designed app that has actually been around for quite a while now, and in my opinion it's currently still the best when it comes to a free dashcam app. And another great thing about it is it's still regularly updated as well. So what can you actually do with the NavMe AI Dashcam app? Well, just like a normal dashcam, it will of course record your entire driving journey, and this will get saved directly to your smartphone's internal memory. Alternatively, it can also be saved to an external memory card in your phone as well if you're using one. It will record both video and audio, but you do have the option to turn off the mic as well if you don't want to record audio at all. It can be set up to automatically record every time you open the app, or it can be set up so you can manually start and stop the recording anytime yourself as well. Just like that. Of course, it can not only just record video, you can also take snapshots with it as well. And you can do that with just a simple tap on the screen with your finger, like that. And the snapshot has now been saved. The playback of recorded video can be viewed from inside the app itself as well, or of course you can also play back any video footage using any other media apps on your phone. So for example, we go into the media player of the app itself. This here is the snapshot I just took before, and this here is a video recording of my drive to where I'm parked at the moment to do this filming. Alternatively, you can also export the video footage to a USB flash drive and view it on your PC as well if you want to. It saves all recorded video footage in the MP4 format, so no, you don't need any special media player to view it, unlike some other dash cams that save everything in an oddball format, which can make playing it back outside of the app more limited. The app also supports configurable recording loop length times as well, and these can be set up for a time period of 2 to 30 minutes. By default, it is set to 2 minutes. And what this means is it will record a 2-minute clip, and then it will automatically stop and then start recording another 2-minute clip immediately after the previous one, and it will just continue to keep recording like this at all times, unless of course you change it to something else. The app also supports high 4K resolution recording as well, so if you're using a late model phone like this with a really good 4K compatible camera, which a lot of phones do have now as well, then this is going to result in your dashcam footage being extremely good, and definitely a lot better than the quality you're going to get from a cheap professionally made dashcam like the one I showed you before. It's a well-known fact that high video quality is an area that cheap dashcams do not perform well in. In fact, some of them are straight out awful. But that is not a problem you're going to experience with this homemade dashcam at all. As I have already said, it will pretty much outperform all of them. And to show that to you, here is one example of a saved video clip directly from my phone. It's been recorded at 3840 by 2160 pixels, and it's really good quality as you would expect, as that is 4K UHD. And by the way, the phone that I'm using here is a Motorola Razr 50 Ultra. It has a 50 megapixel rear camera like most of the latest model phones do now. And here is an example of how well it works as a dash cam. Now the app does also include a night and day feature as well, with an auto mode for nighttime recording when it's dark, and the result is extremely good again. I'll throw in a nighttime clip for you now, and it has again been recorded in 4K UHD, and I just have it set to auto mode, as you can see, for nighttime recording. Now, as you may have already noticed, it does also have an on-screen HUD as well, head-up display, just in the bottom corner here, that displays your current speed for you while you're driving at all times. And yes, both kph and mph speed units are also supported by the app as well. And as an added bonus, your current speed also gets saved into the recorded video footage as well, like this. But along with that are also some other useful overlay screens as well, such as the time, date, and your coordinates. And these overlay screens are all really great and useful to have. Unfortunately, it does not, however, have any built-in speed alarm feature that you can set up for the head-up display, which I personally would like to see in a future update, even though, yes, I know this is just a dashcam app. It's not really a head-up display app, so maybe I'm asking for a bit too much. However, because it does have built-in AI, it can and does have the intelligence to be able to read speed limits displayed on road signs when you're approaching them, and it will tell you about this as well by sounding a short beeping alarm. And I have to admit, the AI is incredibly good at doing this as well. In fact, it has not failed to miss a single road sign for me yet while testing this app for the last week. So there's a speed sign just up here for 60 kilometers an hour, which just detected then. We're going to find another one. another speed sign there, hiding behind the tree, which is just detected again as well. There's another one along this road somewhere as well. Which is just up here. It's another one for 60 kilometers an hour just there. Which is just detected again as well. So as I said, it's very good at picking up speed signs. There is also another clever feature the NavMe AI Dashcam app has as well. It is a driving safety feature, and it's all part of the intelligent built-in AI. It's also a very common feature to find with most other ADAS devices as well, and that is the ability to detect and alert you if your car starts to drift over the center line of the road when you're driving. A feature also known as lane departure. And here is a quick example of it working for you. And lastly, yes, the app does also support background recording as well, allowing you to use other apps on your phone at the same time, including being able to perform other tasks as well, such as Google Maps, Spotify, making a phone call, etc. So for example, if my dashcam here was recording at the moment, I can leave that recording in the background, go out of that app, into my phone book, make a phone call, and then when I'm finished with that, I can go out of that app, back into the NavMe AI Dashcam app, and everything will still be working and recording as it was before. Actually, one more important thing I should point out is you can also set up the actual size of your recording storage space as well. So if you were thinking about how do I record at high resolution without the phone being overloaded with huge video files, for example 4K video files are not small in size, resulting in the phone possibly running out of storage space altogether, well, you can prevent that from ever becoming a problem by choosing the amount of storage that your NavMe AI Dashcam app is allowed to use by limiting the storage space size yourself. So as you can see here, I can change the amount of storage on my phone that the NavMe AI app is allowed to use. So this results in my phone never running out of storage space at all. So this is a really great feature to have. So as you have now seen, it really does go without saying really that this is actually one very impressive performing little dashcam setup. And so if you don't mind using your phone as a dashcam, it might also be something that you also could consider trying for yourself as well. If you're looking for a professionally made dashcam that is cheap and has a high quality camera, then this honestly can't be beaten, especially for the $0 price that it's going to cost you to set up as well. Now, just in case you're wondering about my mounting adapter just here, I'll just take my phone off the adapter. This is actually just a $15 phone holder with a suction mount that I attach to my front windscreen. You can get them online from basically anywhere. This one here doesn't support wireless charging or anything like that, but of course that is another option available to you as well. And it is actually a really good one as well, because if you're using your phone as a dash cam that is constantly recording all the time, that is of course also going to result in it being more hungry on your phone's battery power as well. Now, I'm going to say it again, but in my opinion, what would make this app even better is a built-in HUD speed alarm. Because if I had that, then that would eliminate the need for not only a separate dash cam like this being attached to your front windscreen, but a separate head-up display as well. Now, of course, if you're wanting a dash cam with both front and rear cameras, something like this, then this homemade dash cam setup is not going to work for you. But in my opinion, a rear camera, and when I say a rear camera, I mean a camera that is mounted at the rear of the car, not something like this, which is just like an inside cabin camera, is not super important to have with a standalone dash cam like this anyway. But that's just my opinion. However, it is with a dash cam mirror that has the bigger display screen like this, as it can be very useful for reversing. That is, if you don't already have something else like a 360 camera system installed in your car like this, which in my opinion is still the ultimate king when it comes to reversing and parking your car, no questions about it. I am a really big fan though of a dashcam mirror that does have a built-in cabin camera like this, because this does provide your car with a good level of security. Anyway guys, that now brings us to the end of another video. And this is how you can make your very own high quality dash cam at the very affordable price of nothing, and all with your smartphone. And remember, it doesn't need to be a new and expensive phone either. You can also use an old phone to do this as well. Anyway, if you like this video, please remember to hit the like button, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, where you can watch even more car tech videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.